Well, this is what happens when I don't have any car parts to install. Start getting all let me fix up my yard crazy. So started to reevaluate where I wanted to put the planter before I put any dirt in them. So I'm kind of thinking this spot where I'm standing, it's like really high up, close to water source, which is good, kind of close to everything, but there are trees blocking it. So I went out and I got myself a chainsaw and I'm gonna try to chop down some of this said tree. It's pretty high up. I honestly don't know if I can reach it with the ladder that I have, but I'm gonna give it a try. I may need to really get after it here. I don't know. Maybe put it down here. That tree I can get to pretty easily. This wouldn't be a bad spot at all. I might go for this spot. Take this tree down a good amount because that branch is just huge. So cut this down and then I'll have plenty of opening. So I think actually this area seems like my most ideal. It's out of the way. Henry really likes this grass, but I'm gonna try to prune up this whole tree, cut a bunch of it out, you know, clean up the yard a little bit, make some firewood, a little burn pile. Yeah, so probably right around there. These were the two spots I was deciding, but after seeing how big this area really is, I think this might be my best route. So time to get to cutting. Well, here it is. Fresh Milwaukee fuel chainsaw. Don't tell Bronte, guys. I really just do these at-home projects just for excuses to buy new tools. I'm sure that resonates with a lot of you guys. It's like, oh man, I need to, you know, fix the sink. I better go get an entire master plumber set. And then I do stuff like that. So I'm curious to try this thing out. It's pretty nice looking. I had to run back out to get bar and chain oil, of course, because I forgot to get it. So time to give this thing a rip. Get it lubed up, get some safety gear on, maybe some gloves and some ear protection, but it's electric, so it's probably not that loud. And time to cut up these trees, make some firewood. I'm excited. Haven't used a chainsaw in quite a while. Couple things. So one, I clearly need a taller ladder. Two, cutting down trees when you're by yourself without a spotter is kind of sketchy. And three, that Milwaukee chainsaw is freaking serious. Granted, those weren't really that thick of branches, but it cuts through them so nicely and it's so quiet and it's not just constantly running like a gas one. So you just let off the trigger and it just stops and it's quiet. It's pretty nice and safe. But made a ton of ground on the trees here. Obviously I can't go any higher, but for most of the day I feel those are going to get a lot of light now. The plant's right there. So next I got to drag those over once I clear out all these bushes. That's my burn barrel, but I have a feeling we're not going to be able to burn all of them in here. Maybe I'll just use this whole spot. I don't know. I'll just drag them all over here and start cutting them up slowly, putting them in here. Man, I just gained so much room that's in the sunlight just by trimming these branches. now I can move those into a more level spot, a more convenient spot, and a better sunny spot. So glad I didn't put dirt in them. A lot of you guys had some good ideas, pull them off the wall a little bit, but this is kind of like prime area for parking and driving. So trying not to take up as much of this as possible, because obviously that's my gate that I get the Camaro out. So it's all kind of prime real estate. So now to drag those boxes over there, lay them out and see how they fit the best. All right, so I dragged them over to here, and then tomorrow I'm gonna kind of watch it periodically throughout the day, see how much sunlight we get. Like I said earlier in the other video, this is winter sun, so it's completely different. You know, it like literally just goes like this and then right back down. In the summer, it'll just go straight up in the air, and this spot will get a ton of light. What's going on, guys? In the shop today, I didn't fall off the ladder yesterday, so unfortunately there's no memes of me being one of those guys with the chainsaw that like, you know, knocks the ladder out from under him. I was sort of kind of hoping to be one of those memes because I really like those videos. But today, kind of switching it up, working on a four-wheel drive vehicle. Got my Holden shirt on, RIP Holden. You truly made some halfway decent cars. I'm not gonna say they make great cars. Got it in Australia, so it's actually authentic. But Holden shirt on, rest in peace. We are working on the Talon today. I got some cool stuff for this thing. Some couple little interesting things. Nothing huge, but it should make my off-roading experience a whole lot better. As you can see, it clearly goes off-road every time it's out. I should probably clean it a little better. Oh, she is on the move. She will never catch a squirrel, I guarantee it. But it gets beat up every time it's out. Always runs great. Cooler, filled with beverages. This thing is always getting some new stuff on it. It's got a ton of custom stuff since you guys saw it on the side-by-side channel. I could go through it real quick. So it's got arms back here from Horizon Off-Road, tow hitch. There's a custom cage from Brick City Fab. Then we added this bar on there to put my speaker on there, the JBL audio speaker. Custom snorkel that I made, which goes way above my head. I ran all the lines up with it, so these are all fuel vents and stuff like that. It's got Horizon Off-Road paddle shifters. It's got some ITP wheels and tires. Then it's got some upgraded shocks from Shock Therapy. Pretty much everything came from Side by Side Blog, their website, parts and everything. It's got a winch on the front. I don't know if they got me that for my birthday. That was really nice of her, or yeah, my birthday. Simpson harnesses. What else, man? It's got the exhaust from Evo. It's got a lot of good stuff. Lot of good stuff. But these Talons have a major flaw that we will be fixing with a simple, like, $180 part. Yeah, so hopefully. I've heard good things about it, and I am eager to try it. So let's show you guys what we got here. So in this box, we have a potentially huge fix for a major flaw that these Honda Talons have when you take them mudding. Now they have a four-wheel drive system, which basically locks the front differential as it sees fit. So sometimes you'll be stuck in mud and it'll unlock the front diff because it feels that that's needed, which in mud, you do not want that to happen. So you try to floor it and it'll just go to rear wheel drive and it'll pull a bunch of power, and the ABS helps to like distribute power. It's really weird. They have a very complicated four-wheel drive system. But this is a kit that allows you to bypass that system. I opened it upside down so you can't see my address. This right here is a kit that I got from Hess Motorsports that basically it goes in line on the four-wheel drive. Like it's literally just plug and play. And you put this switch in line and you turn off your four-wheel drive. So you have your override on the four-wheel drive. So you turn your four-wheel drive on like normal, then you have it's just on button right here. Then you can turn it off and it should fully lock the front diff and rear diffs together so that they just, you know, get out like a normal mud vehicle will, because nobody wants their mud vehicle to not have all the diffs locked. So this should be the fix to that problem, and I'm really excited to put it on, try it out. Unfortunately, the dogs haven't been working hard enough, so I don't have enough mud in my yard to try it out. We only have a little mud hole, and it's not exactly a big enough challenge hole for the Talon. But as soon as we get it back into the mud, I can give a full review on this. So, gonna get this thing installed and hopefully try it out in the next like week or so. This is a dog. That's a Jess. That's a Millie. That's a Bronte. Luna's doing something else. You're freezing? People are... You can't say you're cold, Bronte, because then all the comments are like, it was negative 1,000 degrees at my house this morning.
That's what it was at my house too.
Florida girl over here, even though she's from New York. All right, so time to get to work on the Talon. Well, I got the button in. I put it right here so I can tell very easily what setting it's in, mode, whatever you want to call it. And then I have some room for another switch or so be next to it. And then the really tough part here was over here, getting this connector undone, that green one. That connector did not want to come undone. That was a very unflattering angle of me. It didn't want to come undone. So I was working on that for literally like 30 minutes. Not to mention, I drove this here passenger tire through some dog poop on accident, and it smelled the entire time I've been working. So that was unfortunate as well, but I got it unconnected. Now just need to tee it in. So it's just kind of like a hopper deal, almost like an on and off, I guess. It literally just turns it off. Pretty simple, but it'll be nice and clean install. Went down where the OEM wires go. I'll zip tie to those. Then that switch will be installed. Just these zip ties and a little bit of cleaning up, and we're good to go. My face is looking pretty dirty. Yeah, and then I got one more thing to install. Show you guys that in a second. So it is plugged in now. Look at that. To put it in, to turn the four-wheel drive override on, you just click that button. Yeah, so it's doing something in there. It's like a locking pin, I would imagine, in the diff. All right, now next thing is this guy right here. I don't know how in-depth this is to do. This is a new shifter, what is it? A new shifter gate, and it is billet, but I did not get it just because it is billet. I got it because it's a better pattern than this one. See, so right here, you can see park is all the way up here, like normal, and even on this one, but neutral and reverse and high and low are kind of all right here, but this one changes it to where neutral's in the middle, and then high and low are easily grabbable. So this is a lot safer to have. Say you're in the sand dunes and you're trying to climb a big dune and you don't make it because you don't have a turbo and you don't have the power to make it, or sometimes you can't make it up it. So you can easily go from high to neutral in this one. So if you're in high gear or low gear, you can easily go right to neutral. This one you may miss and not get neutral, hit reverse or park or something like that, but regardless, you still might miss. It's kind of easy to miss. This one you really can't miss, so I'm kind of excited to try this out. It's definitely going to add an air of safety, and even like when I'm underwater, you know, sometimes it's hard to find neutral. I've been there where it's hard to find things when you're underwater. You don't know where the key off is, you don't know where the freaking neutral is, you don't know anything. So it's always nice to have that. Plus it's billet. Well, the machine is buttoned back up, except for the seat, but that's removable item. Buttoned back up. The shifter looks so awesome in there. It's such a firm feel now. It like actually hits in. Low gear is a little farther back, and these things actually have a problem with the shifter linkage just being a little too short, I guess you would say, to not reach low all the way, and it would grind a little bit. Now it goes really far back, so that's awesome. Neutral, really easy to get to. Reverse, really easy to get to. Even in high, you can get right to reverse, or if you're in high, you just push it a little bit and you're in neutral. It's kind of like a stick shift car now. Neutral's like right in the middle. Kind of cool. Button back up the rest of it. The front over here is all tidied back up. Wires are tucked, wires are zip tied out of the way. Now time to move it back to its spot. I am really eager to test this thing, but I don't know when we'll be going out again riding, because the weather is not exactly riding weather. 50, 65-ish. We have like a high of like 65s right now. Not enjoyable to be covered in mud and water when it's 65 out. Guys, you're not gonna believe it. I backed up the Talon into my brand new freaking planter. I broke all 3 of these boards right here. So I gotta go out and get 3 new boards tomorrow. Oh, tough break. Well, at least there wasn't dirt in them yet, so it's pretty easy. Look at that. It's freaking destroyed. Bronte's gonna be pissed. That's like, they're like $6 a piece. Oh man, well, whatever. Tough break. Well guys, that'll do it for today's video. Working on the Talon. Got the wing fully finished up. Filler panel on. You didn't really see any of that. I just spent like 2 hours tightening all these and then putting this thing on. And I still want to seal it somehow. I think I'm gonna use some like black silicone and like make it look nice. But guys, that'll do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. Appreciate you guys viewing. The Camaro will be back up and running very soon, and I cannot wait for that because we got a lot of cool things on the way for this car. You know it can't come back out slower, so we're gonna keep pushing the envelope on that thing. But thank you guys. Keep it saucy. I'll see you next time.